Jimmy Riddles, that's wet out there and windy. Oh, right, first things first. Oh, I'll get me apple out of me coat. There we go. Right, let's get this jacket off and let's show you what we got in stock. Well, good morning again and welcome to the Scoots and Soul Workshop. I think I've introduced myself, but I'm John anyway. So, Scoots and Soul, what do? We hand make seats for Lambretta scooters only. Got nothing against anything else, but we don't make for Honda, we don't make for Triumph, we don't make for Vespa, we don't make for Royal Alloy, Scamadi, anything. We make Lambretta seats. I keep getting asked all the time, can you do one for my Scamadi, can you do one for my Royal Alloy, can you recover a seat for a Harley, I've got a Triumph car. No, we make Lambretta seats, so that's what we do. So let's start off today with our new 18 months old Solo hinge seat. It was a long time coming, but it's here and now well established as a very comfortable stylish seat, so that's good news, because when you put these seats out as newbies, I always tell the first 30 customers the seat's new. I've got to have feedback, please give me feedback, which very often most people oblige, and if there's any issues then you can iron them out quickly. So firstly, we have a Solo hinged in black. This is our standard seat, in that we do loads of black seats and we sell loads of black seats. This actual one is got a little bit of something extra on it, and that's why it's hung around for a little while. We have permission to do this, by the way. We never do logos without asking permission. So this is an S-type on the back. They're a lovely little seat, I would say that, wouldn't I? But they've got a cutout here so that the latch... have I got one with the latch arm on? Oh yes, I have. There we go. I'll show you it on this one. So there's your latch arm. There's your latch arm, and that is all handmade. The whole thing, the latch plates, the lot. So what we got in stock? We have this one for sale on our website. We have, which is all black with the S-type. We have a black one with an oxblood stitch and handmade piping. That's an absolute beauty, that is. I love that. There's certain seats that I do, I just love the colour combo and stuff. We have the lime green, the Kawasaki green with the green stitch. These are all box edge, these. I have done one with a rounded front. Yeah, I can do it, but I shouldn't say it looks odd because customers probably watching, but these seats were designed for a box edge. So it's a bit unusual, but it's up to the individuals. And we have in stock black and red Solo hinged. Now this has been in a little while. This comes with the silver brackets on the back, but if someone sees this on the website and says, oh, but I wanted black brackets, I can change them, it's not a problem. So we've got 4 of those in stock. I've got another batch coming in next week. So that's the Solo hinged. Now I think we're going to go on to the Solo bolt down. Right, so I've got a couple of Solo bolt downs in stock. We have one in red and we have one in the tan vinyl. Lovely, again, box edge on these ones. The Solo bolt downs can also come with the rounded front like so. They're both big sellers. As soon as you do a colour, you have to wait for someone who wants a particular colour, so to take a bit longer to sell. But I just don't want to do black seats all day long because I don't take orders as such. But anyway, I'll bring that subject up at the end of the video. So yeah, important thing with all of our seats is they're handmade. You can see how snug that fitting that is. They have a strap on there on the bung so that you don't leave this behind at a petrol station. One of the important things is the sloping down of the middle section. I don't know if you can see that. Now that's mainly to do with, it's partly to do with the style of the seat because they just look nicer when they're sitting nice and snug like that, but also is to bring this area, which these are very wide on all of our certainly for the last 2 years, we've widened these holes. They're very wide, so you can get your hand in. But also, what I've tried to do, I've done it. I've actually brought this section down so that you're nearer to your filler. So yeah, that's very important if you're riding your scooters and filling them up regularly. Again, same on this. That ain't going to come off. All handmade, stitching all lines up, just as standard. So that's your solo bolt down. Now again, I'm making some more of these in the black. They're coming up very soon. So that's the solo bolt down. Right, so we have here our dual hinged. You can see box edge again. Important thing with this, I mean, a lot of people don't think about these things. They don't, until someone explains stuff to them. But I have to think about this all the time, obviously. Important thing about having a dual seat is you can round the front off. It's not a problem at all, but you just have to take things into consideration. And that is that if you're going to take a pillion on your scooter a lot, then the less you have at the front here, so you know, when you've got a nice racy front on it, which again, you know, style over substance and all that stuff, over comfort, style over comfort, it's not a problem. But if you are taking someone a pillion on your scooter a lot, then you really have got to think, and especially if you are a rally going scooterist, you really want to be sitting on something comfortable. You know, why should the pillion have all the comfort? So basically, the box edge is really important for that, because you have got a lot of foam sitting at the top here. Look, a lot of foam sitting there, as you have at the rear. So yeah, you've got to consider that. So dual seat, standard black, handmade piping, very heavy. All these vinyls are very heavy duty. The black even more so. I mean, they're all marine grade, but this goes beyond that. The black we use goes beyond that. It's a superb, really, when I say top of the range vinyl, it really is. And then you've got the basket weave on this one. This is pretty standard. Now, you do get people that put basket weave on the top. I would, unless it's for a show scooter, I would strongly advise against that. I do get asked to do the basket weave on the top, done it a couple of times, but I will advise people, you know, if you think about it, you've got that sitting on the top of your seat. Look at all the holes. You've got all these holes. What sits in the holes? Moisture, not just rain, moisture, damp, you know, condensation, which then seeps down into your piping joins and stuff. So you have to be really careful with that. But also, I don't know of any one of these perforated, they're not perforated, but basket weave vinyls that's actually made for that to go on the top. I mean, I might be wrong. I'm just saying I don't know of any. They really are a sort of decorative thing, you know, they're fine on the sides, etc. But you need something that's very robust on the top. Same as the piping. You get a lot of these seats that come in from wherever they're coming in from, and they've just got like a, I don't know, it's Mickey Mouse vinyl really. And then you get people going, oh, don't have one with piping on because they wear. Well, anything that's cheap will wear. So just, I would say, don't buy cheap. What's it? Buy cheap, buy twice. Well, I have customers coming to us that say, oh, I've had about 5 seats and I'm fed up of buying rubbish. I want one of yours. So they come to us after buying 5 seats, not one. Hopefully well, I know there's a lot of them that come back, because I know a lot of our customers now, mainly by voice, but I know them. They're on our books. So yeah, that's the dual hinged, lovely seat. Still got the clearance on the side here, which is dead important. Sits on soft compound rubbers. We've got a leather, semi-leather one. So we've got leather on the top, leather on the back, brown basket weave sides. Now, leather, this is vintage leather, You must treat this, you must waterproof it. You must waterproof all of the seats, even ones you bought from somewhere else. You should waterproof them, even if they've got those welds on the front, which I can't stand personally. They're just heat pressed in welds. If you look at them, you can see it's not an actual stitch, but you should waterproof them. People say, why waterproof them? Because there's no, you know, there's no stitching in there. Yeah, but they're stitched together here. So if you're sitting on a seat, all the puddling, especially if there's not a lot of foam in there or whatever, like a lot of these cheap seats, the puddling occurs when you're sitting on the seat, and then when you get up, where does that all go? It all goes down into the wells here. So you must waterproof seats. Yeah, again, this has got the hinge, lovely catch on it. You can hear that. It's quality. They're all handmade. So there's those two in stock, but I am about to make another two, which will come up in another video, next video or one of the videos. I'm actually going to show you how I make some of the bits how I make a seat. I have to hide quite a lot for obvious reasons. And what I did forget is this. This is the Solo. We have this in stock as well, and this is a vintage leather. It's got marks on it. It's for a restoration really, but you can put it on a seat, you know, on any scooter really. And I'll show you the difference if I can get these up. I'll show you the difference in, where are we? In the length of these. So that's the difference in the length. This one falls short of the rear badge. I will get Jane to put a picture up of the seats on scooters, and this one goes over the back. And no, you can't cut off the rear here for a sprint rack. We have our own sprint racks that fit with these, fit perfectly with these, and they also fit with the seat that I'm going to show you in a minute, which is our bolt down version. Okay, so let's get another seat and let's show you that. Right, so only got one in stock at the moment, so I can't show you a variety of these, but these do come. This is our brand new design dual bolt down seat. Exactly the same principle. We're going deeper into the middle. Big hole, look at that. Look, I can get my arm through there up to my elbow. So there's a big hole in there, so helps when you're filling up. Got the tag on to stop you losing the bung. This one has got the rounded front on. Can do them with square fronts. I will do one actually, and not in this batch, but the next batch I've got. This one's got the cut off at the rear, so you've got, normally it would come down here, so you'd have a slope, full slope. Again, because I haven't got any in stock because they just sell, I can't show you that, but this one's cut off so you can put most sprint racks on. I've got a customer at the moment, got a beautiful custom scooter. He's got a mural that sits on the rear frame there, so he wants to see as much of that, so I'm going to cut his one off as well. Yeah, so that's our new dual seat, wider bodied, so the body's wider. That gives you more, it's more meat here for your slightly larger bottoms as we've got older. And but there are special parts to this seat that make it as comfortable as I can get them. They're all handmade foams, they're all hand profiled, so I profile them myself. What else on this? Right, part of the main reason why these are wider than the original ones is on the original ones you had to, and I put leaflets in boxes and all the rest of it, to make sure that you space the seat out correctly, so there's no connection with the frame. Because obviously if you've got connection with the frame and you have movement, even though you think you've not got movement, there's movement as you're going along, you will rub on your paintwork. So we've made these wider so that avoids that. So you can literally just bolt them on, but you still got to be mindful, and all the seats, be mindful. I mean, there are the Solo bolt down, you have to be very careful with that, but they're all fine. You just have to be, same as any seat that you buy. You shouldn't just whack them on. You should take a little bit of time. You've got a very expensive scooter. Even the cheap ones now are a lot of money. You know, look, you want to look after it. So be mindful when you're fitting your seat. Whether you get them from us or not, irrelevant. Just be mindful. I will show you this, but I've got the thing. So this one, look, you see on there, there's thick rubbers on there. Well, they're on the rear and that as well, so that brings the seat up slightly. There's also rubbers underneath, soft compound rubbers, just to take impact and vibration. So that's the dual seat. Again, can come with a box front, which I will do. So that's that one. Right, so what's this little baby? I love this seat. This is the Warner 3/4. Again, comes with the strap to stop leaving your bung behind. This is in black with a silver white stitch. It's called silver white, but it looks white, but it's not pure white, because if you go pure white, then I think it looks a bit garish. This has got the handmade silver flake piping on this one. I don't know how well you can see it on there. Beautiful style on this one. And then at the rear, and wait for it, you will see seats that come up. I don't know how some of our seat designs haven't been copied yet, but I know bits of them have. I've seen bits on various sites where they were not there before, but anyway, it's going to happen, isn't it? This one's got the cutout for the rear grille. So this is a 3/4, so you can just about, as long as you're not too big, you can just about get a pillion on the back in an emergency on this. I've seen it. People pulled up at the Green on the Isle of Wight, 2 up. But you will be sitting on that rear section there, so just be warned. Although it's semi firm, but it's quite soft there, but you'll still feel it. But yeah, the idea with this, it fits around the grille at the back. You can have any sprint rack with it, and you can see the whole back end. So if you've got a GP with the grille, that looks stunning. That really is what this was about. Rounded front on this, doesn't come with a square front. This seat is not about square front. We've got the big brother of this, which is the Rapide. I haven't got any of those in stock at the moment. I'll see if Jane can put a picture on of the Rapide, which is on our Bobby Womack themed custom scooter. That's actually the Rapide Bentley. So just to explain, the Bentley version, our Bentley seat, unique. We designed it. I thought of it. I drew it out, sent it off to K2 Custom, and that's our own unique design. Same as that. All of these seats, I don't copy anyone, not knowingly anyway. I certainly know I haven't that, because it's the only one in the world. But that's got the grille at the front, which has got an air scoop version. Section in the actual seat, and although we don't sell it as a replacement for the air scoop, masses of people have bought them and taken their air scoops off, and they're running their scooters. But that's up to them. But I designed that because it's got a lovely sporty look to it. You can have that on the Rapide, which is a dual seat, which Jane will put in a picture of, and you can have it on the Solo with the rounded front. Comes a rounded front, and you've got a dual version of that revised one that's just coming out. We've been waiting for that. We had the old version, which was slightly slimmer, but the new version is coming out soon. I know I've got people waiting for those. So yeah, that's the Warner. I will next show you our new design Snetterton. So this is the all new Snet. So the old design was very square, just like the 80s design. In fact, the supplier that we used was, I believe, the guy that made the ones in the 80s. So they're exactly the same, very square. There's no stock of them. Well, there's very little stock of them left. I'm amazed there was any anyway. I think the guy made a batch for a company, and that's it. I don't think he makes them anymore. I certainly couldn't get hold of them, which done us a favour, because I didn't like the old 80s design anyway. Because if you actually look from a seat manufacturer's point of view, if you actually looked at the old ones, they're just like blocks. And fair enough, if you want to do an authentic 80s looking scooter, then yeah, go for it, I suppose. But then it's not really authentic anyway, because it weren't done in the 80s. So anyway, that's up to you, isn't it? Not up to me or anyone else. We've taken the idea of the Snet, and hopefully we've modernised it for the better. I was just trying to think of the words then, because we have modernised it, but I'm hoping we've modernised it for the better. I certainly enjoy doing these more. So Snetterton, what's different about it? Well, if you think of a frame loop on a Lambretta, it does that. looking at it sideways, and it does that looking at it from the front. So our seats do exactly that. They follow the loop rather than being a block. These are concave, sorry, both sides. So they do that and they do that, and that makes for a much nicer fitting seat. Yeah, so it's all new design. This particular one's got the black studs on the side, so that's for sale on the website. This one has lugs at the front, so you can lug that down at the front with 2 pins at the rear. This is just one I've done in a green, original 80s green flake, which there's not a lot of that left. I've got a little bit of it left, but yeah, so that is a beautiful seat. Now this one comes with alley studs, but also it is alley studs, but also this little baby on the front here, which is our travel buddy. So you take that off, it's got a zip underneath, so you can use this as a bag if you want to. You just got to be mindful that the reason that looks so nice is because it's got foam inside. So if you are going to use it as a bag, keep the filler. You know, if you are going on a rally and you want to put, I don't know, your wallet or anything in there, you've got to avoid it now. Let me show you. I will actually show you on this, so you can see it. Look, you can take that out like that. It's just wrapped in a waterproof material. It's a bag. It's a bag, and then you just put it back, zip it up, put it into the, oh, let me get the Scoots and Soul label showing, put it in the front there. If you want to sit in this area, you can use that then to actually just sit. So as opposed to having just that amount of seating, if you look at our Snettertons, can you see that raised section? The reason it's raised because that extra filling in there, so that for comfort. Now I can name someone in this that's actually highly recommended these seats for comfort, and that's K2 Custom Keith, who's been riding scooters since, I don't know how long you've been riding these scooters, Keith. 70s. So yeah, he's a rider as well. He does ride them, and he's actually said that this is the most comfortable Snet that he's ever sat on. So that's good. That's good to know. This one, so if you are going to sit on this regularly, I advise you not to put your keys and stuff in there. I wouldn't put anything metal in there anyway, because obviously it's the vinyl. Stick this little baby back in, and then you've got an extra area at the front there. This particular travel buddy is shaped, so let me just take this off. So that's shaped like so. And that's because obviously if there's an air scoop there, you need to, we've allowed for that. We do also sell a very shallower air scoop, so if you do have any problems with this sitting up, which you shouldn't if it's fitted properly, but if that does sit up slightly, there is an option of a shallower air scoop, so we sell them. Little idea that we come up with a long time ago, but it took quite a while to put, like most of these things, takes a while to put it into practice. Might even be something from the 80s that I saw, I don't know. We have got this one, so these are all stock items, all on our website. We have got this one. Now this has got the Snetterton on the back. The only thing with this one is, and it's got the alley studs, look. So you've got your alley studs, and it's got a travel buddy. You can see how well our travel buddies fit, look. The only thing with this is there's a slight rippling on the rear, very rear, I don't know if you can see it in the, just very slight rippling on that. So this one will be sold cheaper, but that is for sale. Won't go on our website. If you want this one, you're going to have to DM, PM, whatever you message me, ring me, and we'll see what we can come up with for a deal on that one. But yeah, so these are produced as standard in the black. So that's your Snetterton. So I can hear some people saying, yeah, but what do they look like on a scooter? There's no point in just showing us a seat. So, good point, if you are thinking that. Let's show you. So this is our Warner 3/4. Forget the sprint rack. That's just something that's bolted. That's our sprint rack that's redesigned for the dual seats we do. So I'm leaving that on. Right, Warner 3/4. This is what I'm talking about, going around the rear grille. So these fit, all our seats fit series 1, 2 and 3, not J ranges or Louis or in Vegas or anything. These are for series 1, 2 and 3, including the GP obviously. So yeah, this is the Warner 3/4. Let's give you I'll show you what these look like. If I can think of any points on these seats that I need to bring up that I've forgotten about, I'll either bring them up on this section of the video, or if you've got any questions, you can always ask, can't you? You can always PM, DM, or ring me. It's up to you. Text me, whatever you want to do. I prefer a phone call, to be honest. It's a lot easier to explain things. So right, that's the Warner 3/4. Let's quickly run through these other seats because I don't know about you, but I'm going to fall asleep in a minute. Right, so this is probably our biggest seller actually. This is the Solo hinged, which obviously you've seen in the first part of the video. So there's the Solo hinge. This one's got the silver front hinge on it, but it can be changed to black if you prefer. It sits just there at the rear, so any sprint racks on this one. Everyone's told me these are super comfy. They should be, because I've got all the special new handmade foams in. Your little catch plate. I haven't actually bolted anything down on this, but there's your little catch plate there. And the reason that's important, let's just show you that. The reason that's important is because it's got a cutout, so the seat doesn't go anywhere near the paintwork. It sits on soft rubber compound bungs, so you're actually sitting on those, or the seat is sitting on that onto the frame. So yeah, and that's for anti-vibration, front and rear actually. So that's the Solo bolt down. Solo hinged. Bolt down's coming. Right, so this is our dual hinged. So it's the big daddy of the Solo hinge you've just seen. So this is a dual hinge. That's how it sits. You can see my hand where that is with the frame. Look, so there's clearance there. That's our specially adapted frame as rack, as I said. So it sits. I haven't bolted this down, by the way, but that's how it sits. That's what it looks like. That's what it looks like at the rear. Just if I can lift this up without anything falling off, that's how it looks at the rear. So this has got the cutout on the side as well. Let's show you that. So this has the cutout on the side and a lovely strong spring mechanism there. So that's how the dual looks on the scooter. The all new designed dual bolt down. This is a beautiful seat. So as I said, wider on the width, so we don't get any problems with frame, seat touching, rubbing. Good clearance on with our own rack, as you can see there. It's good clearance on there. Again, I haven't bolted this down, but there he is. And we've got the rounded front on this one. Can you see on the side profile there the way that let's try and hold this. Can you see how it goes in here and here? That's partly due to, it's not just about pulling down tight on there, it's about having the right amount of filling in the areas where you're sitting. But yeah, this is becoming a big seller. This is what I was on about, being able to see. So really, if you're walking along, you can see the grill at the back or whatever, and it allows, if you have got a picky on the back there, then it allows at least from that point to there to be able to show you picture, if you've got a custom scooter with artwork. So that's the dual, brand new dual bolt down. It's probably important that I show you what I'm on about with the clearance. So the clearance under here, it's that clearance. It's making it, when you're bolting these down, it's making it so that the seat looks part of the scooter but is not coming into contact with the scooter. That's the ideal thing on those. Okay, so this is the longest, well, yeah, it is actually. This one has really not changed for about 5 years, this Solo. That's not to say it won't slightly, but they sell really well, so the Solo bolt downs. So, you know, being broke, don't fix it. This is the square edge one in red vinyl. Not everyone's cup of tea, but quite nice for scooter that's got a lot of red on it, or white and red, you know. I just did this. I do these colours because I want to do them. So yeah, that's how the Solo bolt down sits. As you can see, falls short of the rear. It sits better at the front. Again, I haven't bolted it, so it goes down here nicely. And yeah, that's the Solo. There's not a lot to say about it really. Been going for a long time. It's a lovely seat. As I said in the first bit of the video, it comes with a rounded front as well to give it a more sporty look. But yeah, so that's that one. A shame I ain't got a Rapide to show you, but I haven't. So again, if you like the Rapide or the Bentley range, that will come up in another separate video probably when I've got some. So this is the Snetterton that I've shown you. This is how it sits. Let me just show you that. This is how it sits. Now, unusually, I've put Snetterton on this. Sometimes I do, but very often I don't. And if I don't, I won't put the joiner in here. These fit. You can see how they fit. They fit beautifully. Let me just get that on there. They fit really beautifully, these. So you can see what I mean about the concave. And look, you can see the grill on the GP there. And the travel buddy. Let's just take that out. So this obviously is attached. That elastic with the clip is attached. So you just put it on your seat. It's not, even if it falls off, it's not going to fall onto the floor and get mucky. And just slot it back in. Whether you want the Scoots and Soul tag shown or not, it's up to you. Put it down like that. You can pull them off. The travel buddy off. So yeah, hopefully you can see why I redesigned them. They're just a lovely seat. This particular one, as I said, this particular one's a little bit cheaper because of the little ripple at the very last flute there. But these things are called flutes. The fluting where it goes like so. So yeah, that is the end of this video. Don't forget, there's lots of other merch, Scoots and Soul merch. Everything's done in-house by us. Or if we do source it from outside, apart from the vinyl, because that's made somewhere else, all of the parts of our seats are all done by scooter people. So people that understand what it's like to ride a scooter, Lambretta especially. So yeah, anyway, thank you for persevering if you've watched to the end. All these seats are on the website, apart from this one. So you've got a PM, DM me or whatever, message, whatever. We'll talk about that. And the racks are on the website now, which we're selling them. That's good. $39.99 I think they are. We've decided on those, including postage, so it's not a bad price. Yeah, go to www.scootsandsoul.com and you can also subscribe to our channel. We come up with various videos. I will just before I go, I will just say that I'll try and get this out without destroying my sign. Right, when you're buying a seat, forget whose seat it is, doesn't matter. Whenever you buy a seat, and this includes motorbikes to be honest, treat them. Fab seal. Don't matter what anyone says to you, they need treating. Even if they're I think I might have waffled on in the video, the earlier part of this video, but if I have, then apologise, but I can't tell you the importance of treating your seat with waterproof spray. And we also provide covers for our seats. We don't necessarily say that those Solo covers will fit the smaller seats, but they do. They fit the smaller seats. You can buy them anywhere, but we've got our own Scoots and Soul ones, so you can actually buy them as well. Thank you for watching. We'll see you on the next vlog, and happy scootering.